Karge Deghe Kivalas Chemi Temaa. Elegy written in a country churchyard by Thomas Gray. And the State, Culture, and Tradition of Georgia. Mivar Adrian Medrano, Sheni Deghavandeli Reportiori. That is a Georgian language meaning, "Good day everyone. My topic is all about elegy written in a country churchyard by Thomas Gray and the State, Culture, and Tradition of Georgia. I'm Adrian Medrano, your reporter for today. So let's proceed to my topic. State of Georgia. Georgia is a southern U.S. state whose terrain spans coastal beaches, farmland, and mountains. Capital city Atlanta is home of the Georgia Aquarium and the Martin Luther King Jr. National Historic Sites dedicated to the African American leader's life and times. The city of Savannah is famed for its 18th and 19th century architecture and leafy public squares. Augusta hosts the Masters of Golf tournament. The map of Georgia. As we can see, the state of Georgia is at the middle of Florida, South Carolina, Tennessee, and Alabama. Flag and seal. The current flag of Georgia was adopted on May 8, 2003. The flag bears three stripes consisting of red, white, red, featuring a blue canton containing a ring of 13 white stars encompassing the state's coat of arms in gold. Culture in Georgia. Fine and Performing Arts. Georgia's major fine arts museum includes the High Museum of Arts and the Michael C. Carlos Museum, both in Atlanta. The Georgia Museum of Arts on the campus of the University of Georgia in Athens, Telfair Museum of Arts and the SCAD Museum of Arts in Savannah, and the Morris Museum of Arts in Augusta. Literature. Authors have grappled with Georgia's complex history. Popular novels related to this includes Margaret Mitchell's Gone with the Wind, Olive Ann Burns' Cold Sassy Tree, and Alice Walker's The Color Purple. A number of noted authors, poets, and playwrights have lived in Georgia, such as James Dickey, Flannery O'Connor, Sidney Lanier, Frank Yerby, and Lewis Grizzard. Government of Georgia. As with all other U.S. states and the federal government, Georgia's government is based on the separation of legislative, executive, and judicial power. Executive authority in the state rests with the governor, currently Brian Kemp. Both the governor of Georgia and lieutenant governor are elected on separate ballots to fourth-year term of office. Unlike the federal government, but like many other U.S. states, most of the executive officials who comprise the governor's cabinet are elected by the citizens of Georgia rather than appointed by the governor. Tradition. Stereotypical Georgian traits includes manner known as Southern hospitality, a strong sense of community and shared culture, and a distinctive Southern dialect. Georgia's Southern heritage makes turkey and dressing a traditional holiday dish during both Thanksgiving and Christmas. Another tradition of Georgians are the two New Years. The arrival of the New Year is one of the most important celebrations in Georgia, and they celebrate it twice, once on January 1st and then on the 14th known as the Old New Year. According to the Julian calendar, January 2nd is Bedoba, which means a day of luck. On this day, it's believed whatever happens is how the rest of the year will be. So everyone avoids work and keeps up as sunny a disposition as possible to set a good precedent for the next 363 days. Now let's proceed to my topic, the poem of Elegy written in a country churchyard by Thomas Gray. Thomas Gray, born in Cornhill district of London in 1716. Gray was the son of Dorothy Antrobus Gray, a milliner, and Philip Gray, a scrivener. Gray's father was a mentally disturbed and violent man who at times abused his wife. Gray attended Eton School from 1725 until 1734. When he entered Cambridge University, he left Cambridge in 1738 without taking a degree, intending to study law in London. However, he and childhood friend Horace Walpole embarked on an extended tour of Europe. The two separated in Italy in 1741 after a quarrel, and Gray continued the journey on his own. He returned to London later in the year, shortly before his father died. Gray then moved with his mother to Stoke Poge, Buckinghamshire, and began in his most productive period of poetic composition. About the poem, Thomas Gray may have begun writing elegy written in a country churchyard as early as 1746. He discarded 4 stanzas of an early version, which were probably read by his friend Horace Walpole, and planned to title the work simply Stanzas, until his friend William Mason suggested elegy instead. A meditation in a burial ground provide a popular theme of that era, and Gray may have first thought of recording his thoughts about a graveyard while living next door to a cemetery in Peterhouse. However, the description of the grounds matches those of the churchyard as Stoke Poge, where his mother and aunt lived and he often visited. He mentioned an honored death, which suggests member of a rural community, rather than the distinguished occupants of graves in Cambridge. In addition, the scenery as described by Gray matches the Stoke Poge cemetery, particularly that of 2 yew trees. Although Gray did not at first intended the poem for publication, it so impressed Walpole that he immediately began to circulate it in manuscript form. An elegy is a poem which laments the dead. Gray's elegy written in a country churchyard is noteworthy in that it mourns the death not of great or famous people but of common men. The speaker of this poem seems a country churchyard at the sunset, which impels him to meditate on the nature of human mortality. So this is all for my report. The elegy written in a country churchyard by Thomas Gray, and the state, culture, and tradition of Georgia. Thank you for listening and have a great day.